Hello, hello, we're back.
Hello.
Welcome to Liminal Writing. Liminal Writing. It was Lee who coined that. You coined that actually.
Put it
Liminal.
together. Yeah, liminal. The in-between space.
And that is exactly what we do. We write in that in-between space of conscious and subconscious
Of
by
knowing and
giving ourselves
unknowing.
10 minutes of free flow writing.
We have a trigger word or a trigger phrase which kicks us off, inspires us to write within that sphere, or sometimes it pings us away from it. But we always start from a trigger word or a trigger line. And today's trigger line is somebody that we read many years ago.
Women Who Run with the Wolves. It was like my Bible.
Correct. So the author is Clarissa Pinkola Estes.
And the book is Women Who Run with the Wolves. And the quote is,
Love in its fullest form is a series of deaths and rebirths. I'll go first for this one.
yes.
All right. The bloom of a heart that comes alive in the presence of love, nourished by laughter, a caress over a furrowed brow, a gentle hand on the thigh, the stories only the two of you know so well. The bloom can only be held for so long. The rhythm of life demands that there be folding into an emptiness, a stay in the unknown, in the dark, alone, until such time that the bloom is once more called and springs to life. We wrote it on April 6, 2022.
Mm.
How about yours? Where did you land?
Somewhere else.
What is the journey that you took
landed
with
somewhere else.
this?
Okay. Love in its fullest form is a series of deaths and rebirths from Clarissa Pinkola Estes. Yesterday, I had an impromptu call with girlfriends from high school. It was a video chat on a late morning here in London and at day's end on Manila time. Matet was in a car on her way home from work being in the southern part of the metro, while home was an hour or more drive out to the suburbs of Santa Rosa, Lagoon. I could see droplets of rain reflecting on the back window of her SUV, while flashes of light from cars and lampposts flickered along the way. Dada was already home, looking settled for the night. Our usual check-in queries were around health, mostly issues that have now caught up with us in our middle-aged glory. Nephrologists and OB-gynecologists and unexplained pains and stiffness of muscles and brittleness of bones and whatnot. And then there is the COVID talk, the itchy throats and dry coughs and COVID tests and not wanting another episode with the damned virus. And then we all shed tears. How we got to that state, I really do not know when that tide turned. But it was about describing how love and how it is experienced at this stage in our lives is like. How I would not have recognized the love that surrounds me if this was handed to me even on a silver platter, a couple of decades younger, to the me that is here now, where love is redefined in its simpleness, where ecstasy is replaced by silent bliss. There, that's where it led me. See, tangential, but gets there.
It lands us in the space of love, both, right? That, and
Yeah.
the acknowledgement that it's not always the fuzzy, the first bloom of love, but it brings you to acknowledge the challenges and the difficulties too, right? So good health or not so good health, right?
Yep.
Approaching how we come to acknowledge that we're in these bodies right now in the current state. that
Yeah.
it's in, and still continue and love ourselves so we can better bring back love out into the world.
Wow.
So,
And I guess it becomes more profound, um,
mm,
a, a conversation when it's with people who you were young, once
yeah,
you were young with.
yeah,
How do you say that?
yes,
People
yes,
who knew you, like this women I described in the conversation,
yeah, Dada and Mother.
knew
Yeah,
me when we were together when we were 12-year-olds, in Philippine Science, and just coming in,
yeah,
together in the dormitory, our version of boarding school back home. But
yeah.
it was a special public school for gifted young people
In the sciences
in the
specifically,
sciences.
gifted in sciences. Yeah.
So we were together 12, and so just young. And then now we talk about all this, and our conversations invariably just revolve around all these health issues or the pain.
Mm,
And then COVID, of course, kind of dramatized, put that all
mm,
in even a more dramatic space. And this was
yes.
written, when did we write this, Lee?
2022,
2022.
according to the date.
April, yeah, April 2022. So I guess we were already
And
vaccinated and all that, but
yeah,
it
but
was
you
still
had come
coming
from
out.
an episode of
Yeah, the year before.
struggling
Yeah, I
with
was
a heavy
a year
case.
into recovery from severe COVID and still feeling all the. It just suddenly your body reminds you
Yeah.
it's not a spring chicken. But that's, I guess, where that notion of series of deaths and rebirths becomes more, well, not obvious, but more illustrated when you're conversing with people like you and me, who we knew each other, what we were 16, maybe 17.
Yeah, freshman high,
And
a
then these,
freshman in UP.
yeah, yeah, and then friends of mine from high school who were together in their early teens. So we've seen each other in phases of our lives where we're
Yes.
a lot of deaths and rebirths.
Yeah.
And then some of us are still in the same relationships, and some of us have separated or
Mm,
have spouses who've passed away or have
yeah.
separated, and then like me, have found someone to be a partner for life again.
Mm,
So it's just different situations that we've seen
yes.
each other through: health, personal lives, career, even, you know
Yeah.
and then in this context, with the quote, it's love. Yeah, love in its fullest form. It's more of in your personal journey too, right? In experiencing love.
And I appreciate that the conversation that you had this with friends. Friends are, it's been said before, like your chosen family too, right? Especially the ones who know you when you were budding as an adult, like into life, and still is with you. You've seen how each other have
That's
grown,
right.
have struggled, have thrived
Mhm,
into life.
mhm.
So I think it's a different lens because there's a different set of expectations and a different set too of the way that they love you, right? Because there's no the drama of being in a family, in a blood relationship,
Yeah,
because it's a choice
the
that you
choice.
make,
That's true.
right? So
That's true.
I think it's a magical relationship to have such friends.
Yeah.
Because they're there for you. You can talk to them about stuff and laugh about stuff that you did when you were young, and just reminisce about, the, the inanities that you did when you were young, and yet see yourselves through as adults and just
Yeah.
marvel, oh my God, look at what you've accomplished.
So yeah, there. So
uh,
keep on loving and
mm,
witnessing deaths and rebirths.
rebirths. Yeah, true, because such is, it's part of our cycle of life. It's the creation and it's a destruction and creation, a continuous cycle, and hopefully evolving at
Hopefully
every
evolve. Yeah, hopefully evolving and going into a more
strive for that.
better
Strive for
plane. Yeah. All right.
that.
We'll leave you with that. Love in its fullest form is a series of deaths and rebirths.
Rebirths.
Think about
Right.
that and maybe write about that.
Yeah. Let us know where you land with it.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Thanks for
right.
joining us at Liminal Writing.
Bye for now.